That's everything for today. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Prime Performance. As always, Coach Kyle right here, the one and only Jessica Morris Health behind that camera.
Stop.
All right, now today's video is going to be on exercises that have to do with balance, and that is every single exercise. But I'm going to use single-sided or asymmetrically loaded exercises to show you how important understanding that balance is there's an aspect of balance in every exercise. And balance is just essentially your ability to maintain your center of mass over top your base of support. Anytime your center of mass, so me just standing here, my center of mass is somewhere around my belly button. My base of support is my feet. Anytime my center of mass moves outside my base of support, there's a bigger chance of me falling or losing balance. So whether that be forward, back, or to the sides of that base of support, there's a bigger chance of me falling over. So a good way to be able to counteract that or teach your brain what you're supposed to learn from single-sided or asymmetrically loaded exercises is just giving yourself the feeling that you are evenly loaded. So, for example, with an overhead press, so if I'm here on the press, yes, it's only my left side that's actually doing the work, but you're gonna do yourself a favor by pushing your right leg into the floor as hard as you feel the left leg pushed in the floor. Squeeze those glutes really tight. And because you are unevenly loaded, it's probably a good idea to put even more tension in the side that's not loaded. So with my right arm, I'm gonna make a fist and reach to the floor so that lat is tight. And as I press, I'm very much focused on this side of my body, less than I am the position of the kettlebell or the effort it takes to press the bell in the air. Obviously, as things get heavier, you may have to put more focus in the actual prime mover. But right now, just to give my brain a sense of how this asymmetrically loaded exercise is supposed to be done as well as possible, I need to do myself a favor and really load up this right side of my body as I press. The same thing is gonna go for a bent over row. So let's say you're doing a single-sided bent over row. And yes, my right arm and right leg are pushing into the floor and pulling the bell with a lot of effort. But don't be afraid of how well you can pack that left shoulder that's pushing into the bench, pushing that left leg into the bench. And almost at the same time, or at the exact same time of you trying to pull for the bent over row, you're pushing this leg and this arm into the ground, packing that side of your lat to make yourself feel as evenly loaded. So even though it's a one-armed exercise, you should be very conscious of the effort on the other side. Even for something as like a single-legged plank or a renegade row. So a renegade row is kind of like a plank position, but one of the arms comes off the floor and you do a rowing motion, or a single-legged plank where one of the legs come off the floor. It's very common that when people get into, so let's say I'm doing a single-legged plank, they'll be here and they lift a leg and compensate by turning the hip over or rotating slightly. But ideally, again, before I lift my leg, I'm gonna push the other three limbs that stay into the floor as hard as I can into the floor. And the leg that I lift, I'm gonna continue to contract that quad and that glute to slowly peel the foot off the floor so that I still get a sense of I'm staying as evenly loaded as possible. Even though it's not evenly loaded, you want to give yourself the intention of that. So I'm here, my left leg is going to stay on the floor, so I'm squeezing very tight, and I'm slowly squeezing my right leg to pull it off the floor. You can see the glute is still very tight. If you felt my quad, it would still be very tight. I bring it down, same thing. Bring it down. All right, everybody, that's everything for today. So next time you're at the gym trying single-legged or single-armed or any exercise that is unevenly loaded, don't take it for granted and do yourself a favor and try to make yourself feel evenly loaded while you perform the exercise, and I promise you'll perform it better.